Lab's just way too cool to wait for grad school. That's just one reason why you should get involved in research as an undergraduate. I got started with research as an undergraduate in a summer research experience, which was a great opportunity, and it really helped me see that I could be a scientist, really gave me an experience of knowing what it was like to be a scientist, and that this is actually a thing that I could do, and helped set me on my path to where I am today. And I'm just so grateful. And it's one of the reasons why I want to become a professor at a primarily undergraduate institution where I can actually work with students in the lab, because I love lab and I love teaching. And so today I'm actually shadowing some undergrads in a lab, and I'm having a really, really great time. And it's really reminding me of how important it is for undergrads really to get that research experience. So if you are an undergrad and you're thinking like, I think I want to be a scientist. Well, you want to see, okay, well, do you really want to be a scientist? And so getting research experience is really the way to know. If you decide that if you try it out and you don't like it, well, then it's a good thing you knew before you went and applied for like a PhD and spent like 7 years in the program being miserable. If you decide you do like it, well, great. You spend more time doing what you like, and you're getting valuable experience that is going to look really, really good when you go to apply for grad school. They're going to say, oh, this person really does want to be in research. They've done research before. They've done it even though they didn't have to do it, and they know what to expect. They know that there's going to be a lot of failures and stuff, but they still have that passion. They have that drive for research. They're not just doing this because, I've been in school my whole life, so the next step is grad school, right? And it's okay to do grad school for reasons you don't have to want to go into research your whole life. And to go to grad school, you can get your PhD and do all sorts of stuff with it, but you also don't need your PhD to do all sorts of stuff. And if you even if you do other things with your PhD, you're still going to have to go through that whole research process. And so it really helps if you like research. And so how do you get this research experience? Well, this can be one of the scariest parts, but really you just have to ask. So professors are often really, really happy to have research students or undergrads work in their lab. You probably won't be doing the super duper exciting stuff, at least to start out, but you're going to be learning these crucial skills, everything from just basic pipetting, running gels, all of this stuff that comes in we get second nature to us when we've been in the lab for a really long time, but it's actually a skill that you have to pick up, and it can be really hard, and so it's important to get these skills so that you can do the really fun stuff. It's also going to give you that sense of thinking like a scientist, being able to think critically, solve problems, skills that are going to come in handy even if you decide that research isn't for you, which is totally fine because research doesn't have to be for you. But if it is, you should know that it's an option, and you should know that it's something that you can do. And so how do you get involved with research? So sometimes professors will advertise. Sometimes they won't advertise, but they still do want students. So really what you can do is you can just email the professors whose lab you're interested in. Tell them why you're interested in working with them. Attach your CV. Sometimes they might be too busy to answer. Don't take it personally. Hopefully they do answer. If it's one of your professors, you can go to their office hours. They might announce it during your class. There are lots of different ways, and you're not going to be wedded to the research that you're doing with as an undergrad. It could be totally different from what you decide to do later on. You could decide you should try out multiple labs as an undergrad. If you can't do it, so during the school year, what you can do is you often work about 10 hours a week, and maybe do it for course credit. So you have to do some sort of write-up, but then you can get course credit in return. Over the summer, there are often research experience for undergraduates, or REU things, which are offered at various institutions, as well as research programs at the institution that you're attending. These can be really great experiences because here you're able to work more full-time in the lab and really have a distinct project. So this is a really, really great opportunity, and you typically get paid a stipend. There's often a poster session at the end, so it's this really great experience, and so I highly, highly recommend that, as well as then doing research throughout the year at a lower level. But really just get involved as early as you can. This is going to be like work wonders when it comes to whatever you want to do. Whether you decide to go to grad school, it's going to look really great. You're going to have a bunch of research experience under your belt. That's going to look really, really, really good. That's one of the main things that they look for when you apply to grad school. It's not just your grades, which aren't going to matter so much when it comes to how well you can actually think critically and work in the lab. And so the research experience is really, really key when you're applying to grad school. Even if you're not applying to grad school, those critical thinking skills are really, really important. And it's a lot of fun. So research as undergraduates is like, I highly recommend it. I'm so excited to hopefully in the future be able to be a professor at a primarily undergrad institution and like actually work hands-on with students in the lab, because that combines like my favorite things in the world and really just seeing the excitement on students' faces as they're doing these things for the first time, and really seeing these reactions and everything like that is just, it makes my day. And so I'm really, really happy. And I hope that someday my dream will become true. But in the meantime, I'm happy that I get these small experiences to help, and hopefully help through my blog and videos and things like that. I just want to encourage you. I was really scared to ask a professor if I could work in their lab, and actually came to one of my other professors like crying, because I was just like so scared. And I started research, and it really gave me a lot more confidence in myself. And I just had this amazing opportunity, and I've been in love with research in the lab ever since, and I just want to help pay it forward. So get involved, and then once you get the skills, help be a mentor to others, pay it forward too. Have fun.